Inflation is forcing another major update to the Canada pension plan in 2026. And if you've worked in Canada for most of your life, you're probably asking the only question that really matters. Okay, Tony, so how much cash am I actually going to get every month? In this video, I'm going to reveal the new 2006 CPP numbers, including the new maximum monthly payout of $1,507. I'll explain exactly who qualifies for that full amount, what the new second ceiling means for your paycheck in January, and most importantly, if you don't hit that maximum, what your realistic number actually looks like. I'm Toyi, a CPA and financial planner here in Canada. I'm glad you're here. Let's start with the headline number because I know that's why you clicked. For a new retiree starting their pension at age 65 in January 2026, the maximum monthly CPP amount is projected to be approximately $1,507. That is roughly $18,000 per year, indexed to inflation, guaranteed for life. Now, before you mentally spend that money, we need to do a reality check. That $1,507 figure is the perfect score. It assumes you have done two very difficult things. One, you have contributed to CPP for at least 39 years between age 18 and 65. And two, for every single one of those years, you earned the maximum pensionable amount. If you have gaps in your work history or years where you worked part-time, your number will be lower, and that is okay. We'll look at a realistic average example in a moment. But first, we have to talk about why the number is going up. To understand your 2026 paycheck, you need to understand the two ceilings. Every year, the government sets a limit on earnings. In 2026, the first limit, the year's maximum pensionable earnings, is rising to $74,600. If you earn up to this amount, you pay the standard CPP rate. But here's the new reality for 2026. There is now a second ceiling of roughly $85,000. This is the enhanced CPP zone. If you earn between $74,600 and $85,000, you're going to see a specific extra deduction on your pay stub. You and your employer will contribute an extra 4% on that chunk of income. I know, nobody likes seeing their net pay go down in January or in any month. It feels like a tax hike. But as your money mentor, I want you to reframe this. This isn't money lost. This is money effectively being forced into a savings account that buys you a larger inflation-protected pension later. That extra contribution is exactly what pushes the maximum benefit up towards that $1,507 mark. So who actually gets the full $1,507? Let's look at a case study. Meet Susan. Susan is retiring in 2026 at age 65. She has worked as a manager since her late 20s, consistently earning above the average industrial wage. Because she consistently hit those earning ceilings we just talked about, Susan is one of the few Canadians who will see that full $1,507 deposit in her bank account every month. If Susan decides to delay her CPP to age 70, that number grows by 42%. Suddenly, she's looking at over $2,100 a month. That is a serious foundational income. Now let's look at a more typical scenario. Meet David. David also worked hard for 35 years, but his income fluctuated. Maybe he earned $40,000 some years, $50,000 others. He had a few years where he went back to school or cared for a parent. David will not get $1,507. Based on national averages, a new retiree like David is more likely to see a check between $800 and $1,100 per month. If you're sitting there thinking, Tony, that's not enough to live on, you are right. It isn't meant to be. CPP is designed to replace about 25 to 33% of your pre-retirement earnings. The rest has to come from your OAS, your workplace pension, and your personal savings like RRSPs and TFSAs. So, what do you do with this information right now? Step 1, don't guess. Log into your My Service Canada account. They have a calculator that uses your actual history to give you a precise estimate. Step 2, if you're still working and earning over $75,000, check your January pay stub. When you see that extra deduction, remind yourself, I am buying more guaranteed income. Step 3, look at the gap. If your estimate shows $900 per month and you need $4,000 per month to live, you now have a very clear target for your investment portfolio. The 2026 changes are significant, but they don't have to be scary. Whether you are getting the full $1,507 or the average $900, the key is building a plan that fills the gap. If you want to know exactly how much you need to save to fill that gap based on Canadian tax rules, you need to watch this video next. I'll see you in the next video.